But it loves me, loves me, loves me. I know that it loves me in big way. And maybe he don't dress fine, but I don't really mind.
Hi, everybody. How's it going? I'm Tamra.
Wait, here's the chorus. It's the best part.
All right, here we go.
He pulls me near. I just want to chase. Let's hear it for the boys.
Let's hear it for the boys.
Let's give a boy a hand.
I'll give you a hand. All right. That was a song that we'll get into later.
Yes, that's a special dedication. Shout out to our top news story, which we will be reviewing later in the program.
I can't wait. I'm at the edge of my seat.
Ditto.
I'm Tamra.
I'm Gordon.
And we are the Josh and Tamra Show.
That's correct. We're a puppet improv comedy coming at you live
on Tuesday, 11 o'clock. Well, we should be starting at 10:30, but we got a little technical difficulties happening today.
Tuesday, June 2. For your records.
June 2nd.
I don't say 2nd, I say 2. And on June 3, he'll be June 3.
Okay, because you are monkey brains.
Just how I was taught to say numbers.
Okay, say numbers.
Yeah.
So we
hello, everybody.
Yeah, we are excited that we have this new instant messenger, which is old technology basically, but it's what we have for now. If you are watching us live, we are in the caveman era of AIM. Instant messenger.
All right, tell them the instant message.
Our
address. Our
it's
handle.
pretty simple.
Our handle.
Josh and Tamra Show. That's Josh, AND TAMRA Show. So sign into your AIMs or IMs and you could chat us live. Live. Like right now, you could be like, oh my God, Tamra, that's a crazy handle. And I would be like, oh my God, so-and-so said da-da-da-da.
Right. First, this is how it works. First, you get into your DeLorean, okay? You rev the engine to 88 miles an hour. You go back
in time
to 1991.
Perfect.
Sign on to AOL. Get an account.
Well, you don't necessarily have to
get the free trial of AOL.
Yeah, but you don't have to be AOL to have AIM. It's two separate things.
You don't?
No, it's like anyway.
All right. So if you guys understand the technology better than I, obviously, AOL. Just go there, and that's how you can live chat with us right now.
Gordon.
Point is, we have a live chat.
People know.
Whatever she said, do it.
People know what to do. AIM or IM,
right.
Instant Messenger, any instant messenger will work. Type in Josh and Tamra Show, and then you can chat with us.
Because now more than ever, America is online.
The funny thing is, it's ancient, but you have no idea how it works.
It is America.
You should take the thing, the time machine.
The time machine.
And learn about it.
I'll take my 1.21 gigawatts.
1.21 gigawatts.
And by the way, just recently rewatched the Back to the Future trilogy.
Yes.
And I must say, very creative filmmaking. It was ahead of its time.
It was great.
Hoverboards. And that guy, Christopher Lloyd, easily one of my favorite character actors. Never even knew. You forget about the Christopher Lloyd.
And now he's a voice on a cartoon.
Yep, he's the hacker
on Cyber Chase, a children's educational program.
Cyber Chase. So,
Cyber Chase.
We got a lot to do tonight.
Yes.
Later on in the show, we're going to be starting our live interviews for our show, and we have a very special guest will be coming up later in the program.
We have a sneak peek, the whole show. He's that little thumbnail on the bottom there, everybody could see.
Oh, there he is in the
green
room standing by.
He's just muted.
He's muted. He can
hear us, but he can't
cannot speak
until we introduce him.
So he can't retaliate when I say things like, how did you get that hat?
Nice hat, buddy.
What hipster did you knock over for that awesome hat?
Aren't you supposed to go like this?
Oh, yeah, can you do that one? Oh, no,
we killed him.
My comment killed him.
Oh, my God. Well, we have a special guest.
Plugging a new book. Very excited. That's his Laurel and Hardy look right there. Can you do the Laurel and Hardy?
Laurel and Hardy.
There it is.
And do the thumb thing.
Lots of people might not recognize
He doesn't know the thumb thing.
But
do you know the thumb thing?
You go like...
Yeah. And then your hat
pops up.
Yeah.
It's all right. You'll learn it. That one, I know this one.
Ah, the FU balloon.
Okay, so Michael Paul Ziegfeld will be coming on later on the show while he gives us the finger in the small box.
Perfect.
But let's get to a few top stories because there is a lot of news. It's Tuesday. We missed our show last week because I was stuck on a bus. I was stuck on a Greyhound bus near Niagara Falls.
Very true
And
story.
I'm back. Thank goodness
Welcome back from the
that dilemma
falls.
is
I'm
over.
glad you didn't fall in with a
Did not
barrel.
fall.
A
I had a
barrel.
special guest appearance.
You know, a barrel over the falls?
Yes.
I'm glad that wasn't you.
I had a special appearance at Ripley's Believe It or Not. Believe it or not.
That's old too. That.
Believe it. We have no new references on this show. We will not do it. So don't ask me to do a current reference.
We are stuck in the 90s.
We held the world record for 80s and 90s programming references.
And copying finishing each other's
sentences.
Up.
Believe it or not. So, top news
Is that
stories.
guy alive?
Jack Palance is definitely dead.
Oh, man. R.I.P.
R.I.P. to him. R.I.P.
I
Is there a rapper named R.I.P.?
There should be.
If there's not, that's going to be my rap name.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Yo.
Hit the mic.
Yo, lying 6 feet under.
And you just
with
go like
R.I.P. Do the cross over the eyes.
Just cross
Okay.
everything.
So, we got lots of stories. We're going to get to our top news story later in the program with Michael Paul Ziegfeld because I want to hear what he has
Yeah,
to
I
say
can't
about
wait.
it. So we're going to do some of the smaller stories first. Big news.
What's the big news?
And we have to talk to Ziggy about this. Michael, no one has met Michael officially on our program
we're
just
not.
now.
Yeah, we're not gonna.
I call him Ziggy.
Yeah.
Ziggy's done a lot of cruise ship work, so I want to hear what he has to say about this later. But there was a huge
We'll talk to
disaster
him
in
about
China.
it later. Yeah.
A giant cruise ship
Oh yeah.
tumbled over,
Ugh.
and here's the big scandal.
What?
The cruise ship was filled with retirees, so half of them
Are you kidding me?
couldn't even walk or swim or get out of their wheelchairs.
Oh.
But the real problem is, of the 12 people that they're claiming are survivors and the hundreds that are lost at sea, out of the 12, guess who 2 of the people were?
I don't know. The president of the United States.
The captain of the ship and the chief engineer. The two people that are supposed to go down with the ship did not.
Scandal.
First one's out on a boat watching the whole thing go down. On an escape boat watching the whole thing go down.
Well, I think it's kind of like, I guess they did it. Is that probably what everybody's thinking?
It's that, I mean, I can't see how there's any other conclusion. They have them in custody.
Maybe they're just like, shit, we should have gone down, but we're like up here, and what do we do? Just sit up here now or jump in and drown?
Look, let's just put it this way. If you're responsible for the deaths of 200 to 300 people, or whatever the number is, 2 people, 1 person, I'd throw myself in.
Did they hit an iceberg?
I don't know if they have icebergs in China. They hit a giant wonton that was floating in the middle of the Chinese River.
You're so racist.
Is that racist?
I don't know. It's just.
Where do you think wontons
Or maybe
come
I should
from?
say you're very creative.
Where do you think
I
wontons
don't actually
come
think
from?
it's a racist comment.
I think they must harvest the wontons from somewhere. Maybe they were in the wonton river.
Harvest.
Just saying.
I think it's actually made by hand.
Wontons?
Bless you.
Bless you. What meat
Bless
is
you.
in?
Bless
Karen
you.
and I went out for Chinese food the other day.
Oh yeah, it was
Dim
delicious.
sum
It was
delicious.
kind of it was good.
What meat is inside a wonton? That gray meat.
Well,
What is that
pork.
meat? Pork?
Pork.
You sure?
Pork. If you or anybody's watching out there and you want to IM us,
we'd love to hear your response.
would love to hear what
this
is
time.
inside a wonton, and I can't wait for any jokes or anything perverted. So bring it on.
I wish, you know who I wish would IM us right now? I don't know why.
Prince Harry.
No, musician. Yes. Indie rocker. Yes.
Jack White.
Ani DeFranco.
Perfect.
I have no idea why.
Because
I
you
just
had
feel
the
like she'd
hots
be
for
a
her.
lively conversationalist.
You had
I
the
do.
hots for her.
I like women with hairy armpits. Thank you. That's a reference from 20 years ago.
20 years ago.
I will not do a current event reference. All right, so next story. This is a big one because I travel a lot, as do you,
Yeah.
as do Michael, who's coming up
I
later.
can't wait to talk to Michael about this.
TSA agents.
Oh.
Did you hear about this one?
Go ahead, bring
This
it
is
on.
brilliant. They sneak on. The government decides to test the TSA agents at all the airports in America. So they get on the plane. They go through baggage claim. They go through the checkpoint Charlies. They go through the X-ray machine.
Who's checkpoint?
Checkpoint Charlies.
They said check
They go
part.
through the checkpoints, right, where you get the metal detectors and the pat downs and the thing. Right?
Hey,
The pat down.
right in my eyeball.
Sorry. And guess what? Smuggle on.
67 of 70
Failed.
failed.
Right. How did you know that?
I did my research for
so you
this
did research.
article, for this
67
segment.
out of 70 times. That means 3 times they stopped people. And 67. That if you were taking a test in college
You failed.
or high school,
Fail.
that would be horrible.
Yes.
Horrible failure. An F+++. Okay? One guy had a fake bomb strapped to his back. They did the pat down, and they still didn't find it.
Yeah.
Because he was wearing a thick sweater.
So
And
now
you know-
you know what to do when you want to go through with a bomb.
Can you believe that?
Wear a thick sweater.
Plastic explosive, fake plastic explosives,
That's
fake
horrible.
bombs,
It's horrible.
knives,
Horrible.
guns.
All the same airport?
No, different ones. But I'm sure each airport's rated separately, and I bet they found some really horrible stuff. You know, we should bring out our guest right now because
Yeah.
we're bringing out so many topics that I want to talk to him about.
Totally. I think it's, should we sing like guest time?
Yeah, okay, here's the guest time song. You do guest time and I'll do the intro. All right, folks, we're going to bring up our first live guest. We're very excited to have him on the Josh and Tamra show this evening.
Yes.
All right, guest time. Do the music. Ready? And here's the music. Play him on.
Guest time.
He wrote a great book. It's called Breaking Out of Show Business, What I've Discovered by Not Being Discovered. Please welcome to the show, Michael Paul Ziegfeld. Hit that mute button. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how are you?
Hey! It worked.
Modern technology.
I
Morty! That's all I can do.
Is that your Now,
was it.
settle
Now-
this, Michael. Settle this for me real quick.
What?
How old do you think, because we were talking about this, how old do you think that character actor is?
Lloyd.
Now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, let's think. He did Taxi, then he did that. I mean, I think he's probably, right? I think he is probably, he's got to be in his 60s, right?
I'm thinking
75.
mid-70s. I don't really know for sure.
I'd say late 60s, because, I mean, it's hard to tell. He looked old when he was, like, 24.
Right, he looked old when he was 21 gigawatts. And you forget,
Right.
the Addams Family was amazing.
Oh, that's right. He was Fester. Right.
I think he put on weight for it.
I'm doing the Google
She's gonna do a
search.
So let me just
What?
introduce Ziggy properly. Ziggy, Tamra, and I have known each other for quite some time. An outstanding performer, been around forever, and now you wrote this book, Michael, and I just want to get into the book real quick. Breaking Out of Show Business, What I've Discovered by Not Being Discovered, and me, there's a shot of the book, me knowing your career the way I do. I guess the question is, what happened? You know, I mean, you've been around, you've known everybody, you've been everywhere, you've rubbed shoulders with the Queen. I've seen pictures of you with the Queen of England.
In me.
So,
I saw you hugging.
like I don't know who's watching this, but you know, most people know what they want to do when they grow up, and then they go to school, and then that's what they do. And I kind of never really knew what that was going to be. I was on my own really young, and I just needed a job. And I've had several. So the book is about that I've had several careers in show business, and they all have turned out to be, you know, nice credits, but they're all very successful one-offs. Like, none of them really took me into any one big direction. And so I was always teased about that, and the fact that people always say, gosh, you know, why don't I know who you are? Like, there's stories and it's not just about how you get people to take your call, but how to want to talk to you. And, you know, all those jobs that I did went very well, but then nothing ever happened from that. And then it would, like, I'd be crossed with another type of career opportunity, and then I would do that. So literally it was from television production assistant to stage tech to host, puppeteer, comedian, writer, director. So I've had a bunch of careers that in the end, when I decided that I just didn't want to do the show business climb anymore, somebody came to me and asked me if I would write this book. And I thought, who is going to read another book about, you know, show business from someone that nobody knows? And they decided that, you know, because there's so many stories from about so many celebrities and so many TV shows and things like that, that there would be a wide demographic. And it's actually turned into this weird thing where entrepreneurs are wanting to talk to me, and students at colleges and stuff like that. So for something that I finally did that's not to do anything for me. I just did it to do it. Now nice things are happening.
I mean, I appreciate your good spirits about it. Obviously, you've done pretty well for yourself. I mean, you have that nice picture frame hanging on the wall behind you.
Right.
And
it's a prop, actually. It looks heavy, but it's foam. It's just core foam. My whole life is a fake.
Is that just
like my heart?
So you're saying that basically you did not set out to have a career that was kind of throw shit against the wall and see what sticks. You kind of went out for one specific thing, and it just kind of snowballed into master.
Not really. I mean, I became a comedian first because I was on my own. I hated school. I needed a job really fast. I was around a bunch of acts, and that's just kind of what I did. But I think a lot of it not going any further was that I only knew how to survive, and I didn't know how to live. So and that was just from being on my own very young. And I think that's many people's problems, that they're trying to create in order to be seen, as opposed to just creating what they love, and then eventually they get so good at it that people recognize it and want to do something with it.
See, that was going to be my next question, I guess, that now that you're kind of on the book tour circuit and you're starting to, be asked questions from folks who are looking at your long career, and it has been a long career, you're such a young person, but you've done so much on so many different levels. What kind of advice would you have to someone who's going into the performing arts at this point, especially in today's high-fast, high-paced kind of media world? What would you say to help them kind of focus in on what they want to do? Would you say do a million things and do them well, or would you say do one thing and do it well, or stay focused, or don't go?
I would say
in theater, and what would you say?
I would say, and even way beyond the entertainment thing, because anybody who works for themselves, or anybody who wants to create something that is their original template, it really is the same rule all around. So first of all, don't go where everybody else goes. People call me all the time, hey, I want to get into comedy, I want to move to New York or LA, and I'm like, why? They're the worst comedy towns there is.
You think so?
Big. Oh, I'm sure of it. I mean, first of all, in New York, it's everyone and their brother. You're inundated, so no one's being paid for their work, and they don't get a lot of. They get like 6 minutes, and you really can't work anything out because everyone's busy. Excuse me, jerking each other off. Can I say that? And then in LA,
this is an internet show on a Tuesday night.
And then,
sorry. You're fine. You're fine.
So I'm sorry to your mother who's watching. And in LA, it's all comedic actors that aren't comedians. They just want stage time to be seen by the studios. They're not really comedians, and they're actually charging people, and it's terrible. So I would tell people, no matter what you're doing, stay local, get big locally, create a niche for yourself, and then once you have a name for yourself, niche, international, and then
French,
and then take it to the big boys after that. And the other thing is, try to do something that's just for you and for the pleasure of it, because if you try to do it to get up the ladder, it's going to poison the well.
Interesting advice. I think that's really helpful.
That's really. Where can we find this awesome book?
So for the people that don't want to hear about how I actually broke into places, because I literally broke into places, they're also for the tabloidal people. There's a lot of great stories. It's when James Brown took me to the movies, when I snuck past security to meet the Queen of.
What movie did you go see with James Brown?
I think it was Sister Act 3. Because
is he eating popcorn? He's like, whoop it.
Well, the problem is, we went in Atlanta where he's from, and in Atlanta, Schindler's List is there for 3 nights. Sister Act 3 is there for 5 years.
That's all.
So, actually, there was an embarrassing story where I was eating those juicy fruit candies, and I don't like the black licorice ones, and I tasted one. I'm like, ugh. And one of his backup singers is like, what's the matter? I'm like, I hate the blacks.
Oh.
And James Brown leaned over and he goes, "You on your own."
That's awesome.
But there's stories about how I almost got to steal a Grammy Award, how I blackmailed Donald Trump to pay me a celebrity's paycheck, Kevin Spacey, Siegfried and Roy, Michael J. Fox, David Letterman, on and on and on and on. So there's a lot of fun little stories in there.
No, and I'm sorry, answer Tamra's question. Where is this book available?
Where can we get this book?
Amazon.com, Barnes & Noble. If you're in LA, Samuel French just picked it up. If you're in New York, the Drama Bookshop. It's also just been accepted to Yale and UCLA, and we're hoping at NYU as well. But for everyone online, it's Amazon.com, and again, it's breaking out of show business. And please follow me on Twitter at Michael Paul Live.
Now, I'm glad you brought up Twitter, because I'm new to the Twitter. I don't have any followers. How many followers do you have, Michael?
The saddest amount possible. I have like 390.
That's a lot.
And it's not, if social media were big when like my career was happening, I would have more. But unfortunately, Twitter follows equals self-worth. So then you have to go to therapy for that whole equation.
Which brings us into our big story tonight that Tamra's dying to talk about.
Oh, yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner.
Blam.
Blam. Just
Blam.
2 words, Caitlyn Jenner.
No, you know what? I think, honestly, Caitlyn Jenner, I'm going to make this recommendation right now because I know he's watching.
He is.
Drop the Jenner and just be the one name.
Caitlyn.
Like Cher.
Cher,
boom,
Madonna, Beyonce.
Michael Jackson.
I want to answer your question. Aside from the fact that he looks a little like, well, how is it weird that he looks better than Janice Dickerson?
You know what? When I saw the picture, first thing I thought was, is that Cindy Crawford? She looks really great. And then I thought Janice Dickinson.
Well, he just had surgery, so it looks perfect. She probably hasn't had surgery in a while, and Caitlyn probably has all the Kardashian makeup artists to make that cover look amazing. So
yes, yeah, but I saw some behind the scenes footage, and she looked just as good there. The question I have is, when he did that Diane Sawyer interview, he said that he wasn't going to have everything done until later down the line. Right. And now they're saying that perhaps it was all done. So the other question.
No. Let me tell you.
You know, Gordon?
I've seen some tucks in my day.
That's a tuck.
And when you tuck and airbrush, you got something going on. I don't think, because from what I understood it from watching the Kardashian show, he explained to the kids that he still feels that he identifies sexually as a heterosexual male.
Yeah, he does.
But he's in a woman's body, so I think he's not going to get the snip if he hasn't already done it.
I don't think he got the snip.
I don't think there's going to be
Okay, which brings us to another question. The other question is, if he is heterosexual sexually, then he needs to find a woman that doesn't mind being with a man that has boobs and lipstick, right?
I'm sure there's somebody out there for everybody, right?
I think what you're looking at in that scenario is
maybe John Waters can help
him. Who likes it gets very confusing. I think this is a woman who enjoys a strap-on experience, but he's got the goods without it, and he's a woman.
There you go.
Right. Now, maybe John Waters can set him up with someone. Now, before we continue, I was listening to your conversation earlier, and I wanted to tell you that Gordon's correct. Jack Palance is still dead.
Still dead.
Number one. Number two, you mentioned the cruise ship turnover thing. First of all, it's survival of the fittest. It's the circle of life. If you ever met an old person, this is not the great. No.
Nah.
Yeah. Good?
Circle of life is more like, because I'm a monkey.
Circle of life is like, I'm going to eat a monkey.
Yeah, let's get this straight. I'm a primate, so I can talk a little bit about the circle of life here. I'm going to say pretty much the circle of life is, if you're in a forest and a lion's running after you and eating you, you deserve to be eaten because the lion's more powerful. If you're a cruise ship captain
the ocean,
and you let everyone die on your boat.
Okay, first of all,
irresponsible. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, wait a minute. Have you seen this?
Because you perform a lot on cruise ships. You know the cruise ship industry.
Okay,
if
first
you
of all,
God forbid on the Carnival Cruise Line and the whole thing went down and the captain survived, bad news for the captain.
I've seen those people eat.
All right.
Now let me just connect this to your other question about the wonton meat.
Oh, good one.
The wonton meat.
I'm waiting with bated breath for this.
Are the old people that die from cruise ship accidents?
Yeah.
That's why it's gray. That's why it looks gray.
Oh. Or my second choice, maybe baby pigeons.
Baby pigeons. They're very plentiful. You can get them, you don't have to farm them.
You sure?
Just walk outside and grab one.
Just walk outside and go. And then be like, wonton.
Wonton.
What does TSA stand for? Do you know?
Transit.
Suck ass.
Sucks.
Right. Right.
Transportation Security Association.
Bless you.
Right.
Good job.
It was made up by the government to funnel money for no apparent reason. I mean, to be perfectly honest, I have not felt, because Michael, you travel a lot.
Yeah, too much.
Do you ever feel that the TSA is doing a good job?
No. It's completely random. No one pays attention. They're all social rejects, and I've asked them before why they pull people aside, and they said they have no idea.
Right, they just do it to do it. Because the last time I felt secure in an airport, I was coming back from Jamaica, and I was actually like searched, and they had the questions and whatever. But since then, I just think it's a laughable joke, and the problem is I don't know what kind of regulation the government's going to do now.
They're just doing it just to make everybody feel comfortable or uncomfortable and safety-wise comfortable.
I guess.
Right, but the truth is they're all just trained monkeys.
So how old did I say Christopher Lloyd was? Because I got it online here on this Google search. He's 76.
Hello?
76.
I said 72. I was pretty close.
God, he's so good.
He's 76.
I've never seen him on a talk show. I've never seen him in an interview.
No.
He's one of those guys
He
who
never
just
ever.
does
I
his
never
job.
saw him on an interview ever.
Actually, I did see him he was on the Today Show when they did a reunion with the cast of Back to the Future.
No, well, that's the only reason. I mean, he hasn't been in any major movies to be on a talk show, right? Don't you have to be like in something current and
Back then, yeah. Nothing now.
Hmm.
And it's funny because I feel like that trilogy is one of the untouchable remakes. I don't think they can remake that. I don't think there's an actor who can portray those two parts with the innocence of a Michael J. Fox and the compellingness of a Christopher Lloyd.
I hope they make a 4.
Maybe they should bring them back and make them all do the roles now that Michael J. Fox has Parkinson's.
Well, that's what Tamra said, and I'm just not sure that Michael J. Fox
Michael Jackson can come back from the dead for it, too.
Wait, did I say Michael Jackson? I meant Michael J. Fox.
No, I said Michael
he said Michael Jackson.
P.S. Guess who graduated high school this week? Congratulations to Blanket.
Oh, no.
Blanket graduated high school this week.
Congratulations, Blanket.
Him in Paris. There's a picture of him in Paris hugging with LaToya outside of the Sherman Oaks High School.
Oh, my gosh.
Or private.
Is no one else thinking of Michael J. Fox on a hoverboard or a skateboard now with Parkinson's?
I think but I don't think it's a problem because I think the hoverboard has like a self-stabilizing.
Yeah, it's like if you go like this, it'll just go like with you.
Gordon, do it again.
That's really not nice. The hoverboard ever does. That's not nice.
I'm just
Michael
showing
J.
you exactly what it would be like.
Speaking of
Michael J. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, you go.
I was gonna say Michael J. Fox got me bumped from Letterman. Did you know that?
No.
Really?
It's in the book.
Is that in the book?
Is that the same as being bumped off by Letterman? Wait, hang on a second.
Bumped off is dead.
So you were backstage waiting to go on Letterman, and Michael J. Fox is like, I want to do another segment. And then they bumped you?
It was he took over 3 segments just to talk about Parkinson's, and he had already had it for like 20 years.
Did you guys? I don't want to have any spoiler alerts for the book, but like just a quick snippet. Did like you guys talk after the show, or did you make?
I cannot say.
Oh man.
Can I do a reenactment of how you shook hands with him when you met him?
Say.
No, like this, like this. I'm Michael J. Fox.
Oh yeah, thanks for
Nice to meet you.
fucking not letting me get
Sorry,
on
you
the
got
talk
bumped.
show, you asshole.
There you go. That was a reenactment of Michael J. Fox.
It's amazing.
That kind of made me like
names each.
vibrate a lot.
Michael J. Fox and Michael Paul.
Oh my God, they got confused.
Boom,
They
that's
thought
why
it was
he
the
bumped
same
you.
guy.
Yeah, they're pretty.
So
So Michael, we got to wrap it up. So what's next for Michael Paul Ziegfeld?
what's next for you, buddy?
What is next? I'm coming to the East Coast. I'm going to be at the Comedy Cabaret in Philadelphia on the 13th of June. I'm going to be in. Yeah, I'm going to be in New York at the Drama Bookshop signing some books, and then I'm going to be on the. There's a big Broadway guy who has a show on Sirius XM named Seth Rudetsky. I'm going to be doing his show, and
Wait, you're going to be on Rudetsky's show?
Yeah, you know him?
Yeah, you tell Radesky I say hi. He
I
knows
will
me.
do that. Okay.
Seth Redek.
You call him Redek.
I call him Redek.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. You say hi to Redek for us.
Okay, well.
Well,
Yes. Anything
any
else?
final closing statements to the world?
Well, I do want to say this.
Shamalama
If you
ding
can
dong.
get 2.5 million Twitter followers faster than Bruce Jenner, I want to meet you because that is unreal.
How fast was that?
In one day, he had 1 million Twitter followers.
Wow.
This morning when I woke up, he had 2 million Twitter followers. This evening, when I checked the news, around 6:30 at night, he had 2.5 million.
Wow.
So that means every time he tweets, the Kardashians must hate him. Kim Kardashian must be like, you ruined my pregnancy announcement. This is such bullshit.
Yeah, because that wasn't that the day right after?
Ugh.
The day after.
Didn't you say that you don't think she's pregnant?
No, she's totally pregnant. There was like some weird thing about her sister being pregnant, but that's just a rumor.
These Kardashians, ay. But thank God Bruce Jenner's bringing it like he's playing it all highbrow. So I'm very happy for him. And he seems like a nice guy I like to hang out with.
And I totally get now why we played this song on the way out. In.
Thank you.
Let's hear it for the boys. This goes out to Caitlyn Jenner.
Caitlyn J. By the way, CJ's a lot better than BJ.
CJ,
Right?
BJ.
This guy's whole life he had to go by BJ. Finally, CJ changed it up. Good choice.
Well, thank you for watching. I'm Tamra.
I'm Gordon. Thank you, Michael Paul
Thank you to Michael Paul Zixel for joining us. We will be back here next Tuesday at 10:30 with a new guest. Stay tuned, and we would love for you guys to chat with us live. We're trying to integrate that into our show, and we'll see ya next time.
See you next Tuesday.
Next Tuesday.
It's alright by me. Yeah.